What is up, ladies and gents? It's your boy Lou Streets, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, we are talking about the fact that with the new Tekken 8 patch, they got it right. They seem to be going the right direction. So first off, let's get a quick glance at the patch notes. This is mostly stuff that you guys already know, but I wanted to highlight it because I'm going to show it in the later part of the video. But so the main changes in regards to the balancing for version 2.01, right? It's a gradual adjustment on moves with excessive returns, so kind of making the game not as lopsided and offensive. Adjustment of moves where the return is disproportionately high relative to the risk involved. Adjustment of high performance moves that easily create consecutive advantageous situations and lead to one-sided developments. So pretty much, we've gotten rid of the one-sided part of Tekken when you fight certain characters. Think like Elisa, Eddie, who else loops you up kind of crazy? It's just certain characters in general. I mean, every character has some variation of that, but it seems like for some, like the Jack makes some noise. Those type of moves, they wanted to get those out the game or at least nerf them, right? I'm not going to go over individual patch notes of characters, but what I will say is this. So I played last night and I played some rank today, right? Well, hold on, let me just finish going over this part. Reduction of aerial combo damage. Some people was upset about that. I'm a law player. He has aerial combos that are pretty good and got great wall carry, but the damage isn't a big deal to me. The biggest deal is the adjustment to heat burst performance. The fact that you can finally step heat, it makes such a world of difference. Because in the past, you would get tracked by it all the time. Now you can actually step it, and it feels like we're playing real Tekken. Another thing here, reduction of chip damage from heat smash. That's been taken down, so you're not getting crazy chip. Same thing with heat dash as well. And there's going to be more adjustments in the future. I know that there are some rank points adjustments. I believe now that if you're underneath Kenshin and you get the 3-win bonus, you get the if you get the 3-win streak, you get the bonus on the points, right? So that's going to be great as well. But what I wanted to talk about is that there's been mixed emotions with the patch, and I think that I don't want to say we're exposing people now because I don't want to sound like I'm trying to start any nonsense, right? But even in this clip, we got people kind of wilding out, showing like they different nerfs and things like that. Pretty much the overall premise that the overall response that we're starting to see is that a lot of people are complaining about their characters being nerfed, but they said they wanted nerfs in the game. Now, me initially, I didn't really say I wanted certain nerfs. Maybe I wanted the game to be balanced a little bit better. I was more so focused on mechanical things. So my main gripes were, I didn't like buffered sidestep because it would make me drop combos when I'm trying to dash cancel a combo for that extra little bit of distance, right? So that was one issue I had. Another issue I had was the 1+2 break. When you're not using the actual bind, sometimes it would linger in the middle of your combo, making you do something wrong. Like an example, I like to do manual DSS3 on my law combos. Sometimes that would make me pop heat because of the lingering button that was linked to the bind, like the bind throws. Like you get a 1+2 break throw, but if you press it manually, they give you an extra frame or two to do so. But the problem is this would mess up your combo. So that was my two gripes. And then my third and my biggest gripe more than anything else is that attacks that are linear track you too much. So an example I would use all the time was when it came to Jin's 1-2 jab, the second jab would always track me no matter where I step. It feels like now, this finally feels like Tekken. And I'm gonna put up a clip here to show you guys some of my plays about what I meant. But some people are starting to struggle with this, right? Because it seems that the people that were getting carried by their character, they're kind of upset now because of the fact that they actually have to play Tekken. I played last night, I made a few people rage quit. I also had some losses too because certain things are matchup specific. But the main thing that I noticed is that people who used to flowchart with plus frames and just being super oppressive, they're frustrated and they're complaining online. I tried to bookmark some tweets, but I couldn't catch them all. But even me, I made this tweet last night. I want to give Harada and Tekken your flowers. This is the patch. This feels like Tekken. I can finally step linear attacks without wondering if I'll get clipped or not. Bravo. And the thing is, I have a sidestep chart that I like to keep around for each character to know if it's their left side step or their right side step that is weak. In the previous patch, I used to feel like it didn't matter because I would just get tracked all the time. When I played last night, it really felt like if somebody did a linear attack and I knew their weak side, I could get around it. Now, of course, some moves do track, so you still would get clipped, but you can do sidestep block, you can do sidestep duck. But the overall point is that it felt like I could play defense, right? Because my thing with Tekken is I enjoy Tekken. I want to get even better at it than I already am. But the main gripe was that it feels like defense doesn't matter. And when I played last night, it finally feels like that it matters. So I don't want to go over the patch notes because there's too many things that's like character specific, and I don't want to look at that. But my main thing is that it feels that they finally got it right. And if this is going to be the direction of the game, I understand. Because in the past, I said I wanted some systematic stuff to be nerfed and maybe some moves to be nerfed per character. But after playing last night, and the fact that I'm a law player, so law doesn't really give me nerfs because law isn't broken to begin with. Like, even now in this current patch, his only nerf was getting his chip damage reduced from 12 to 8 on heat smash on block. Other than that, law didn't get touched, and really he didn't get touched much last patch either, even though some people say he got nerfed down. I've been totally fine with him outside of the fact that his wild standing 4 on hit doesn't have counter hit confirms anymore, right? But other than that, I love the direction that it's going because it feels like, okay, I'm playing against a player. My biggest frustration I've said in the past, and I made this tweet a few days ago, was that I hated feeling like when I would play Tekken that I'm playing against the character instead of the player. And I think last night and today was the very first time that I felt like I'm playing against the player and not the character. I was playing against a Reina player who was clearly loving to use F2 pressure to come across, and all I had to do was step to the left and I could punish him for it. You're going to see it in the clip that I'm going to show you here soon. But my thing is, if this is the direction that Tekken is going, we are in good shape because the game is only going to get better, right? You take out some of the broken moves, matchup knowledge is a lot more important, and you're able to step. Now you really have to win. No more over-the-top casino OP type of strategies. You actually have to win. Now, I'm sure right now, currently, we haven't been able to flesh it all out. So I'm sure that there are some things in the game that are still frustrating and still hard to get around that will be touched over time. But this update was on May the 12th. And now I think the next update is coming either May the 26th or June 3rd. Let me see if I can find that right quick in the patch notes. Does it give me a date right here? Okay, so May 12th is the initial one. It doesn't have the ensuing patch on here, I don't believe. Is it at the bottom? Oh, no, there it is. The next update, version 2.02, is scheduled for release June 3rd. So we get 3 weeks of this, then we get another update. This update will include adjustments to certain character-specific moves that consume remaining heat timer duration, as well as balance improvements through targeted character tweaks. Building on the outcomes of the previous and current updates, we will continue our efforts to enhance the overall battle balance and ensure a more refined and competitive gameplay environment. I think this is a really big deal because it gives the game more consistency. Now, what I am hoping is that I've seen some people complain about this. Even the professional player Joker said it. He said he doesn't think any move should regain meter. I disagree with that. I mean, I'm a law player, so that's probably why I agree with it. But even outside of that, it's like now that when you pop heat, it goes to about 70%. Having moves that regain meter, it makes sense, especially if you can do them in combo because it gives you a chance to get that back. But also it gives the defense a chance to maybe turtle up and try to avoid getting opened up so that their meter runs out. And every time that they use that type of move, if you block it, they lose a chunk of meter anyway. So I believe that the game is going in the right direction. But the only thing I'm not a fan of, I wish heat did stay normal when you pop it. Maybe, I don't know if it always went down to 70 or 80%. Maybe I never paid attention in the past. But at the end of the day, it's not the biggest deal to me. I don't love it, but I'm not that bad at it, right? But the main thing is that some characters are being nerfed or mechanics of the game are being nerfed in a way where it gives both sides a chance to play. I tested some things out in the lab last night just to see how walking works. It seems like buffered sidestep is still there. However, you can just step on reaction now as you see something coming and you'll get the same result. It feels like attacks that would have hit you in the past, if you step them down, you won't get clipped. And that's how it should have been out the gate. I don't really understand like why they did this to begin with, but it feels more like, okay, the response is good, and the people that are crying, the devs simply need to block them out because this feels like Tekken, and the people who were getting carried with busted characters or busted moves or busted strats, they actually have to play now. If you put me in a situation where you're like +8, +9, +10, and you throw out a brain dead linear attack that you used to expect to work in the past, and I can step that and punish you now, that makes you have to get better, and it gives me a chance to respond. So with that being said, I want to know in the comments, how are you guys feeling about the patch? Because personally, I think that Tekken is in a really good space right now. Like, granted, there needs to be some more changes, but I think the only thing that I don't want them to do is overreact and go so far defensive because they started off so far offensive. I think right now we're in a good medium where there needs to be play in strong offense, but there needs to be counterplay where matchup knowledge matters, and that should happen 10 times out of 10. If you throw out a linear attack in a +9 or +10 scenario, and I can step that, I should be able to step that every single time. It shouldn't be any inconsistency. If you do a certain thing and I do a certain response and that response works, that should happen 10 times out of 10. I think the main thing that we want is consistency for competitive gameplay. And I mean, it could be some wishful thinking, but I felt that when I played last night and this morning, that's what I pretty much feel like that I felt. It felt like that the season 1 mechanics are back in regards to how the buttons come out and how the combos come out and how the stepping comes out. So I'm still adjusting to that because we got used to season 2, but for the most part, it feels like we're going the right direction, and I just hope it stays in a happy medium. I don't want them to go so far left that the offensive strategies are completely gone. However, I don't want them to be so far on the right like we started in season 1 where defense was non-existent. I think we're in a good spot, and I'm very curious to what you guys think. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Let me leave you guys with some of my plays from last night in regards to being able to step and feeling like now that Tekken 8 is actually a 3D game. Until the next time, it's your boy Loose Streets. I am out. Peace. Check out this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Tekken 8 finally back? Are we in a good spot? And what do you anticipate going forward? So the next time I'm gone. Peace. Got it. God, you just gonna mash. Steps. Yeah, you try to go reckless abandon. Step. Nope. Don't do that. Dunk again. Idiot. Let's go. There we go. Go for the high. I know you want to. Go. Nope, ain't gonna be none of that. Oh, that's crazy. You're gonna rage quit? You bum ass nigga. Set up. Right there. That's not what I wanted. Woo. Oh, that's whack. Put damage on the table. Ooh, let's go. Boy, try to panic press.
Learn martial arts?
Mm-hmm.